On today's show, we're looking at retro and modern gaming. Plus, have we found a Surface killer? Let's find out. It's time for Unboxed Daily. Welcome to Unboxed Daily. I'm your host, Jason, but I bet you already knew that. As always, we are here bringing you all the best from the world of product reviews and unboxing videos. Any thoughts or questions? Leave me that comment or tweet at us at GetUnboxed. Throwback gaming is always popular. Personally, I'm a big fan of the Raspberry Pi. If you've never purchased one, it's a great way to set up a retro gaming system at home, regardless of whether you're using keyboard and mouse, controllers, even an arcade setup. But what if you want to do retro gaming on the road? Well, Linus from Linus Tech Tips has an interesting solution to that problem. It's a custom-made briefcase that when you open it up is a fully immersive, ready-to-go arcade retro system.
So even the control deck of our full-sized arcade machine dwarfs the Carry 42, but it includes all of the following: a 12-inch 1024 by 768 display, twin 10-watt speakers, a humble Raspberry Pi running RetroPie with some preloaded customizations, a diminutive 16-gig USB flash drive that contains a handful of games of dubious legality, and a USB port to plug it into, allowing you then to add your own less dubious ROM files, should you please.
Now, don't get me wrong, it's great to have a system you can load up with old games. But remember, legal and not legal ROMs, it's kind of a weird gray area, so, buyer beware, or rather downloader beware, as the case may be. Finding a laptop that does everything and can handle gaming well can really be a challenge. But Dave 2D may have found the perfect laptop. See, he's taking a look at the Titan Pro from MSI, and it looks like it's a pretty great laptop all around, regardless of use case.
This thing has 4 drive bays. There's 3 M2 slots, 2 being NVMe, 1 SATA, and then there's 1 2.5-inch SATA drive. So it has lots of storage options. You get 4 RAM slots, so you can upgrade it up to 64 gigs of RAM, and it has a removable GPU. The CPU is soldered on though. Now, the screen on this thing is what I would consider to be its best feature. When I say best, I mean, it's the thing that I think defines this laptop. It's a 17-inch screen, but it's a 120Hz screen with a 3 millisecond response time.
Now, the one drawback to this laptop, it's pretty sizable, and I don't mean just in terms of its power. I mean, it's physically heavy. So if you're looking for lightweight, this is probably not right for you. A while back, we mentioned to you the Eve V, which is a crowdsourced Microsoft Surface killer that frankly is a really interesting piece of hardware. Its design and specs were in fact designed by a large community of people, all of whom kickstarted its initial run. So even though it's got a lower price point, the question remains, is the Eve V worthwhile? Well, Dom Esposito is here to answer that question.
So inside of the model that I received, we have an Intel dual-core Core i7 processor, we have 16 gigabytes of RAM, and 512 gigabytes of PCIe SSD storage. Now around the front side, we have a 12.3-inch IGZO display, which is very good at power management, and that's rocking a resolution of 2880 by 1920. This thing is also a touchscreen as well, and it's very responsive. So let's talk about the hardware here for a second. Now, as a Surface killer, you're kind of gonna have to match that baseline that Microsoft puts out with their Surface. And let me tell you, this thing definitely does.
Don't get me wrong, it is cool that we crowdsource technology now. I think that's incredibly impressive on its own. And the EV does have about $1,000 lower price point than the Surface. But it's crowdsourced, it's a first version, it may not be worth the price. Definitely check it out before you make a purchase. Finally, remember the other day when we mentioned to you about that Ask MKBHD video? Well, we've got the other side of it too, and this one from Austin Evans' perspective. He too went and crowdsourced a bunch of questions from his audience for him and Marquez to answer.
Audi versus Tesla?
I could beat you in the Model 3, but I'm pretty sure the Model S would win.
Well, which Audi is the question?
My RS3.
Oh, well then yeah, I hope you would beat it.
Yeah, but I could beat your S.
Right.
Although I think I could beat your ass around a racetrack, not like on a drag race. You would definitely beat me in a straight line. This is part 2 of this video.
I think I would take him.
Oh really?
I think I would take him.
You think you could beat me on an actual road course?
Yeah, because nothing closes in a straight line on Model S.
You would definitely pull on.
So you would have to have some pretty dope cornering ability to make up for that.
A Tesla versus an Audi? I would pay money to see that race. Hopefully it happens and it happens soon. And that's it for today's show. As always, thank you so much for joining. If you liked what you saw and you want to check out more, head on over to unboxed.tv or look us up on the iOS store. In the meantime, I'll see you back here soon for more videos from your favorite producers of product reviews and unboxings. I'm your host, Jason. Have a great day.